Okay, so think about this for a second. Why is it that we can recall so many details of a trip or vacation we went on last summer or 5 years ago, but most of us can't remember a specific thing we did the week leading up to the trip? Like, I couldn't tell you any details of the week before or after, but for some reason, I can remember so many details of the vacation itself. Why is that? Or think about this. Have you noticed how long summer break felt as a kid, but now entire years seem to go by so fast? Well, it's not just in your head. Scientists and psychologists have been studying this for decades. So what's going on here? And why does time feel like it's speeding up as we get older? I've asked this question for years, so I wanted to actually look into the science behind it and why we all seem to be experiencing the same thing. 1. Proportional time theory. One of the most common explanations I found is based on proportion. When you're 10 years old, a single year is 10% of your life. But at 50, 1 year is only 2% of your life. So subjectively, each year feels shorter compared to the total time you've already lived. 2. Memory density theory. Our perception of time is heavily influenced by how many memories we create. In childhood and adolescence, the brain is constantly forming new neural connections in response to unfamiliar experiences. When you're a kid, you experience new things all the time. New schools, new friendships, learning to drive, all these novel events create dense, detailed memories, making those years feel long and full. But as adults, routines tend to dominate. Days blur together because the brain encodes fewer distinct and new experiences. When we look back, having fewer unique memories gives the illusion that time passed more quickly. 3. Neurological changes in the brain. As we age, the brain's dopamine levels gradually decline. Dopamine doesn't just affect mood, it plays a key role in how we process time. Lower dopamine levels may cause the brain's internal clock to tick more slowly, making external time appear to pass more quickly. 4. Metabolic and biological time. Kids experience life at a higher metabolic rate. Their hearts beat faster, they breathe quicker, and their brains process information rapidly. This heightened psychological activity means more sensory information is being taken in per second, making time seem to go by slower for them. As metabolism slows with age, so does the rate at which we take in information, and that can make the world feel like it's moving faster around us. 5. Routine and predictability. Psychologists have also found that repetitive and predictable environments cause the brain to compress time. When you do the same thing every day, commute, school, work, sleep, the brain stops paying attention to the details. This results in fewer mental timestamps and a subjective shortening of time. Novelty, on the other hand, forces the brain to work harder, and that mental effort makes time feel more expansive. That's why we usually remember the details of a vacation or traveling somewhere we've never been much more than we remember the details of the week before. The reason we can recall so much information is because our brains were encoding many memories of distinct and new experiences each day. Time perception is also linked to attention. When we're focused and mindful, like during a crisis or doing a difficult workout, time appears to slow down because we're absorbing more details, experiencing more thoughts per second. This is known as the attentional gait model. The more attention we give to the passage of time, the slower it feels. This is why when you're bored, all you can think about is how slow time is moving. How we perceive time during versus looking back. There's a key difference between how we feel time while it's happening and how we remember it later. This is the difference between prospective and retrospective time perception. When you're living through an experience, time might feel normal or even slow, but when you look back, your brain only remembers the highlights, the unique or emotional moments. If your days are mostly routine, your brain stores fewer of those memories because there were no major highlights to take note of. So when you look back on a month or a year, it might feel like it went by fast, even if it didn't in the moment. Okay, so what does this all mean? Time doesn't actually speed up. Your brain just processes it differently as you age. Fewer novel experiences, lower dopamine levels, slower metabolisms, and predictable routines all contribute to the feeling that time is accelerating. So no matter what your age, if you want to stretch your experience of time and retain more good memories, do this. Try new things, seek out novelty, challenge yourself to do something difficult, break routines, and live with intentionality. I'll see you next time.